There are many times when we see the following pattern in the Torah. A lesson to be or that was learned, followed by a real-life example exhibiting or underscoring that message. The combination of last week's parasha with this week's parasha provides a good example of this. The Torah prescribes, Elohim lo tekalel v'nasi v'amacha lo ta'or. Who is this Elohim that one is forbidden to curse? The Gemara in Sanhedrin tells us that while the simple understanding is that it is denoting the divine, meaning forbidden to curse God, it is also referring to the secular, to judges, those who adjudicate court cases. But why would one even think about cursing a judge? Rabbeinu Bechaya and others explain, what does a judge do? A judge determines if someone is right or wrong in the eyes of the law. In many civil cases, the judge needs to take away from one side and award the other. If one is willing to go to court, it would be presumed that they would believe in their own innocence or righteousness. Naturally then, the party that lost would not take the verdict lightly. They might possibly want to retaliate by cursing the one who caused them this loss and pain, namely the judge who presided over their case. Why then does the Torah in our pasuk juxtapose the injunction to curse a judge with the prohibition to harass a leader? The Torah does this to illustrate and highlight the reverberation of the events of last week's parasha. Last week, Yitro came and introduced a system of judicial courts. Until that point in time, it was only Moshe as the leader who presided over cases. Yitro introduced a hierarchy of judges, of tens, of fifties, of hundreds, and of thousands. Each one was empowered to be just like Moshe to judge cases. And if the case was too hard, then it would be sent on up the line to a higher level court until it would reach the highest court judge, Moshe. In essence, by having the parsha of Mishpatim directly following Yitro, the Torah is trying to show how far-reaching were the effects of Yitro's suggestions. As noted, Yitro had proposed a whole court system. It was his counsel that helped prepare the infrastructure for the whole system of Mishpatim, of civil law with courts and judges that we will read about on Shabbat, to be able to come about. Without Yitro, it would have been much more difficult to implement God's law. Shabbat Shalom.